Now what? You've earned your real estate license. You're excited, you're ready to rock, and you're uncertain as to what is the next step. Well, check this out. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what to do after getting a real estate license. My name is Robert Rico, and at least that's what's printed on my driver's license, and I've helped tens of thousands of people earn their real estate license over the last 25 plus years and launch exciting real estate careers. Now, real quick before we dive in though, everything I'm about to cover, I put on a simple checklist you can keep right next to you. It's called the New Agent Checklist. Every to-do that can be used for your first few weeks in the right order. Now I want you to grab it at the link below and check these off the list as you go. Now some states require post-licensing courses after you get your license. That means, extra classes you have to finish to keep your license active. Take a look at this list. Now if your state's on there, you've got a deadline coming, so don't get caught off guard. Now here's step one. Here's the very first thing you have to do. You don't have a choice. As a brand new agent, you can't work on your own. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Your license has to hang with a broker. That's just the rule, man. You must hang your license with the brokerage and work under their umbrella. So step one is choosing where. Where are you gonna work? Now this is the deal. Don't just run to the biggest name in town because you've seen their signs all over the place. That's a common move, man, but not necessarily the right one. Let's get something straight right now. The right brokerage isn't the fanciest logo. I truly believe this. The right brokerage, the right real estate family is the one that's actually gonna make you an elite real estate agent, a confident professional, an office that's going to invest in you. How? With tons of training. That's what you're looking for. Investment in yourself. Go interview a few of them. Yeah, that's right, you heard me correct. You interview them. You select your real estate family and ask them these three things. One, what kind of training and mentorship do they give brand new agents? That's crucial, man, because in your first year, a good mentor is worth more than a shiny office with a nice coffee room. The second question I want you to ask them, number two, is this. What's the commission split? And does it get better as you sell more? That split can range a lot, from keeping half of your commission to keeping most of it. So understand it before you sign anything. Three, the last thing. Does the culture feel like people who actually want you to win? This is probably the most crucial one. I want you to walk in. I want you to feel the room, feel the vibe. You'll know it. A $5 bill is a $5 bill, right? Pick the place that helps you keep more of your money and teaches you how to earn more. Step two. Once you pick your broker, there's some paperwork to actually be able to work. Stay with me here. Let's slow down. Because this is the boring stuff that makes everything else legal. You're gonna join the MLS. That's the big system with all the listings agents use, a database of inventory. You'll usually join your local board or association too, and you'll need something called E&O insurance. Now that stands for errors and omissions. Think of it as protection for you if a deal ever goes sideways. And I've seen some deals go sideways. E&O insurance, crucial. Sounds complicated? It's not. Your broker walks you through most of this on your very first week. Not a big deal. Just know there are a few startup costs to get going, which is exactly why step three matters so much. In real estate, you don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks like a regular job. You get paid when a deal closes, period. Remember that. That means some months are big and some months are quiet, especially at the start. Your first commission check might take a couple of months to land. So before money starts flowing, give yourself a cushion. Set aside enough to cover your bills for a few months while you get rolling. Then budget yourself for business costs too, like board dues, a little marketing, signs, gas, hell, all of it. Here's the mindset shift. You're not an employee anymore. You're the owner of a small business. So treat your money like a business owner from day one. And listen to me carefully. Taxes. Oh boy. Here's what catches new agents off guard. When you close a deal, that commission check comes to you with nothing taken out. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? No taxes are withheld. Nothing. That's because you're not an employee. You're an independent contractor, a 1099, which means Uncle Sam, yeah, the government still wants his cut. You just have to set it aside yourself. Don't forget that. So every time you get paid, pull a chunk off the top and park it away for taxes. Don't touch it. Most agents also pay their taxes a few times throughout the year. Those are called quarterly estimated taxes, and there are usually 4 of them. Now here's the good news. As a business owner, a lot of your costs can actually lower your tax bill, your mileage, your marketing, your dues, your phone. So keep every receipt and track your expenses from day one. Down the road, you never know, some agents set up an LLC or an S Corp for tax and liability reasons, but that's a later conversation. Because here's the thing, I'm not a tax guy, I'm not a tax pro, so do yourself a favor and sit down with a CPA early. Before tax season, not during it. Trust me, it pays for itself. Step 4, let me ask you something. Where do you think your first deals come from? Not strangers, not random people online. They come from people you already know. Your family, your friends, your old co-workers, the barista who knows your coffee order. Yeah, that caramel macchiato, that guy. That list of people is called your database, and it's pure gold, man. So here's your homework. I want you to write it all down. Everybody you know. Don't decide for them whether they need an agent. Just get them on the list. But here's the part most new agents forget. Don't be one of them. You can't just build the list and walk away. You have to keep those relationships warm. And here's why that matters so much. People do business with people they know and trust. The folks who already know you are the warmest leads. Way easier to earn a referral from than any total stranger. But relationships fade when you ignore them. I'm sure you agree with me on that one. Stay in touch and you stay top of mind. Go quiet and they'll call the other agent they saw online last week. Out of sight, out of mind. Don't do that. So here's a tip that works incredibly well. It's called coffee dates. Yeah, it sounds a little cheesy, but it is what it is. It's a simple idea. You schedule a quick face-to-face coffee with someone you already know. No sales pitch, just catching up, staying connected, being a real person, enjoying that caramel macchiato. That little bit of FaceTime keeps the relationship alive. Way better than a text ever could. Do a couple of these a week and you'll be amazed what comes back around. This one comes from Richard Shulman, who teaches our certified real estate specialist course. Great friend of mine, unbelievable real estate agent. That's one of our career courses, packed with real world moves exactly like this one. Stuff your license exam never even touched. You can try our career courses free for 3 days. Links down in the description. You with me? Good. Let's keep going. Step 5. Here we go. Hang with me. Don't let me lose you. Before you start marketing yourself, you need a few basics in place. Call it your professional presence. Let's run through them fast. And I'll tell you straight which ones still matter and which ones don't. First, get a professional headshot. This one's non-negotiable. Real estate is a face business. Your photo goes on your signs, your cards, your profiles, everywhere. A good headshot makes you look like someone people can trust with a huge decision. It's worth every penny. Get it done professionally. Second, clean up your social media. Yeah, you heard me straight. Clean up your social media. When? Right now, today. Because before anyone hires you, you know what they're going to do. They're going to look you up. Guarantee it. So go through your public profiles and make sure they show the professional you. This one's free, and it matters a ton. No excuses. Third, business cards. Now, people ask me all the time, Rico, do those even work anymore? Well, here's the honest answer. In a lot of industries, maybe not. But in real estate, yeah, they still pull their weight, man. This is a face-to-face community business. Open houses, events, meeting people out and about. Handing someone a card is cheap, and it's a real physical reminder of you. So go get some. They're not very expensive. Just don't blow your budget on fancy gold foil ones. Just get it done. Fourth, a website. You knew this. And here's where I'll be real with you. A fancy personal website is not urgent on day one, not even close. Let's pump the brakes a little bit on this one. Most brokerages hand you a profile page. And honestly, your social media, your Google business profile, and your listing profiles do most of the early work. For what? Yeah, for free. So don't spend 3 months building a website before you've talked to a single client. Build it later. Once you've found your niche and you've got some money coming in, then you can do it. Get the free and cheap stuff working for you first. Then you're ready to actually show up, which is what? Step number 6. Here we are, step 6, my favorite number. Now that your profiles are clean and you look the part, you start showing up. Post it online. Tell people what you do. Share what you're learning as you go. But here's the secret most new agents miss. It's not about being the loudest voice. It's not about being the loudest voice out there. It's about being the most consistent one out there, the most consistent voice out there. One good post a week for a whole year beats 20 posts in 1 week. So pick 1 or 2 places to focus. Maybe Instagram, maybe just talking to people at events. That's pretty effective. And keep showing up there over and over. Tell your story. You got a good story. Tell it. Why did you get into this? Who do you love helping? That's your brand. And slow, steady, consistent is what makes it stick. Boom. There it is. Step 7. Lucky 7. Let's talk about getting good at this job. Like actually getting good. Here's the hard truth. Your real estate license taught you the law. It taught you rules, regulations, and vocabulary. It didn't teach you how to actually do the job, how to find clients, how to negotiate, how to walk someone through the biggest purchase of their life. Think about that. The biggest purchase of their life. That's a whole different skill set. And nobody handed it to you with your license. So the question is this. How do you stand out when 100 other new agents got licensed right alongside you? One word. One word. Certification. Now listen to this. When you put certification next to your name, it tells clients you went the extra mile. That you're serious. That you're dead serious. That you actually know your stuff. That's how you rise above the crowd. And that's exactly what our career certification courses are built for. Like the Certified Real Estate Specialist course I mentioned. Try them for free. 3 days. Links below. You got it? Good. Step number 8. And this might be the most important one of all. Your first year in real estate is hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, man. It could be challenging. A lot of new agents don't make it past that first year. But usually, it's not because they weren't smart enough. It's because they quit when things got quiet. It can be intimidating, that stillness, that quietness, that silence. So here's what I really need you to hear. This business is a numbers game, flat out. It's a numbers game. The more people you connect with, the more deals you're gonna do. It's that simple. So always be putting yourself in front of new people. That's the secret. All the time, every single day. And here's the good news. Most people who stick with sales end up making it. Not because they're special, because they didn't stop. It's about consistency. Now listen, hearing no over and over again, yeah, that gets daunting, man. But the secret is the simplest thing in the world. You just keep going. That's it. You keep going. The slow start is normal. The no you got today isn't about you. Celebrate the small wins. Find one person to keep you accountable. And remember, I want you to remember this. You already did the hard part. You passed. So don't get stuck in your own head. Have that positive attitude. Consistency. Do it all. Discipline. All right, bonus round. Here it comes. A few extra ways to build your network and get real reps in fast, especially early on when business is slow. Number 1, offer to hold open houses for other agents. Man, that's how I started my business. I got a ton of business from open houses when I first started. Do not skip this one. Number 2, pick a different neighborhood each day and go tour the homes for sale. You get to learn the inventory. Do your homework on every one. What's it priced at? How many days it's been on the market? The price per square foot? What it's listed versus what it's actually sold for? Learn your local market flat out. Know it. Really, really know it. That's what makes you sound like a pro. Number 3, practice giving buyer and seller consultations for your friends and family. Low pressure, in some cases no pressure, and it's great, great practice. Number 4, learn your contracts and forms backwards and forwards. That's an easy one. All you have to do is review, review, and review. Number 5, practice writing contracts and running CMAs. That's a comparative market analysis. How you figure out what a home is worth. Number 6, shadow other agents. Watch how the pros actually do it. And number 7, find ways to connect with people in your community. Events, clubs, volunteering, whatever's real to you. Every one of these puts you in front of more people and makes you sharper at the job. When you get comfortable with people, your personality shows. You can do this. Hey, do me a favor, and I want you to watch this next video right there. In it, I have a great discussion with a top producer real estate agent on what to expect in your first year in real estate. You're gonna love it. Don't miss it. It's right there. We'll see you on the next one.